Hey everyone, it's Anthony and Gabby from New York State Solar Farm. I started New York State Solar Farm just over 10 years ago, and I'm joined by my colleague Gabby, who worked
Hi.
with me on this really special project that we're going to show you in the city of Newburgh.
Yes, I'm Gabby. I do assist Anthony at the office. Our office has been in Modena for about 11 years now. Anthony converted it. It used to be an old gas station. It was run down, and now it's a solar showroom, and anyone is welcome to come by and check it out. So we had a customer in particular named Michael. He is located in Newburgh, and our office is right in Modena. So he wanted to work with somebody local. And Anthony will give you more backstory as to why this was a special customer and a special project. But there's certain challenges when it comes to installing in the city of Newburgh, let alone on a historic site and building. So our goal initially was to provide him with a system that can offset all of his future usage or tenants' future usage, yet install on a very limited roof space. And Anthony can get into that now.
Sure. So this was a pretty special project. I was actually standing in line to pay at Staples, and Michael saw our New York State Solar Farm logo on our shirt, and we had a mutual friend, Keith, who used to work with us, and he said, "Hey, Keith told me to reach out to you guys about my solar project in the city of Newburgh." He was converting an old building into 3 apartments, but with all of the highest energy efficiency standards. And it's the only one in Newburgh that's like it. So what Gabby and I wanted to do is take you through that project and give you a virtual tour of one of the most efficient homes in the city of Newburgh. It's pretty awesome, and we will go through that now. So I went out to Michael's yesterday, and this is actually a drone shot. I'll just move this over a little bit so we're good. So this is a drone shot of Michael yesterday. He was out there working, and here I am flying the drone. I flew it over his head to keep him cool a little bit because I felt like a jerk as he's working so hard and I'm flying the drone. But I just wanted to give you guys a virtual tour of Michael's house and show you what we did there. This is his configuration for his site. I'll move this over a little bit. So we did a 9 kW system, 25 sun power panels, and we use X22 360 watt AC solar panels on it. We have 3 branch circuits. What that means is basically 25 divided by 3. Those are the strings of wires that we have coming down into his utility room. So on his project, I'll just clean this off a little bit, but we have the meter, which is always on the exterior of the building, or at least we hope it is all the time. His main service panel, which is in the basement, our production monitoring, which is in the basement, as well as our combiner box, and our breaker that we tied into his main service panel. We have 25 panels mounted on his roof, and we have the junction box on his roof as well. And the location of the service panel is in the basement. That's what we talked about already. Now, the thing that was really critical to Michael's project is we had to get as much power on his roof as possible, because we had 3 tenants and there's only 1 meter on the building. Yeah, everything he's doing is energy efficiency, but for 3 apartments, we need as much power per square foot on this roof. So this was one of the challenges that we had on the project is, how do we get as much power possible off this roof? You could see how tight the roof dimensions were here. We had 3 foot on this edge, 3 foot here, and 3 foot on, actually a little more, 4 foot on this edge. The reason we have those setbacks around the roof is because of code. And then also because it's a flat roof system, ballasted, we don't want to have the panels coming to the edge of the roof, mostly because those are the highest wind load areas. When the wind is coming up the top of the building, those are the areas that have the most stress on the roof. So we try to stay away from the edges. So in this next slide, you may say, why am I showing you a picture of the solar airplane that flew around the world? This is a picture of us when we got to go visit that panel, the plane. It landed at JFK Airport. The reason I'm showing you these slides is because This had the Maxion SunPower cell on the wings. This cell was chosen because it produces the most power per square foot over any cell that's currently available. So what we did is we used this same panel that was on the Solar Impulse on Michael Robinson's house, and that's how we produced as much power that roof, as much power as possible on that roof. This is just a visual of the rooftop system. You could kind of see here, you know, tight working conditions up here. The first time I walked up to that roof, it was up the fire escape ladder. I thought I was going to fall off the back of the building, but, you know, survived and everything was good there. Just really cool to see. When I first went on this roof, it was when construction was first starting. There was no rubber roof. There was no decking down. There was just like, you know, boards going across, and it's just amazing to see the way the project has turned out. Something we really like to do on new constructions is work with the builder way ahead of time, as well as during the construction process. This was something that Michael, you know, he ran the conduit up to the rooftop. So when we got there, all we had to do is run our conduit and tie in and pull our wire down to the basement. This helps out so we don't have any exterior conduit on the building. This is something that we really like to do on new constructions and staying in touch with the homeowner so we could have the cleanest install possible and not run anything on the exterior. This is another system showing the ballast system on the roof. You can see the blocks holding it down. One of the first questions that Michael asks is, I don't want any penetrations in the roof. And we abided by that. We feel the same way. So he put this new rubber roof down, and this is kind of how the ballast system works. You have your solar module, then you have your ballast racking, then you have your block, and that's all the solar components. Then you have the EPDM rubber roof. He had 1-inch plank decking, 3x6 ceiling joists. So this whole setup actually sits on top of the roof. It floats and it just sits on top of the roof there. And something you could see here is in this picture, when I zoom in, these are metal plates that are under the aluminum racking. So it's just not metal sitting on the roof. It's actually sitting on top of rubber. So it's rubber on rubber. And that's a side profile of the racking system. Here's another shot there. Here's the front edge. You could see how these clips, this is where the next row of panels would sit if there was a row in front of it. And this is the utility room. It's in the final phase of construction. That's why there's so many things over here. But I just want to show you a little bit about it. This is our monitoring system. Clean these off from it before. This is our monitoring box right up here. And this monitoring box actually shows production and consumption of the system. Then you have our combiner panel here. This is where all of our solar circuits land. And this is also where you could see the conduit that's coming off the rooftop through the wall. It's coming into this box here. And then it comes out of that box and goes into the main service panel here where our solar breaker is. So the thing that's really nice about this is we're using a microinverter. In an old school system, or the way some installers do it, is they have a central inverter here, which takes up basically a full wall of space and adds extra stuff that we have to mount in the basement, and it's not the highest quality equipment. This is our solar breaker. If you know solar, you could skip this part, but this is our breaker that's landed at the bottom of the panel. So this is a 2-pole 45 amp breaker. So all the solar is backfading into the panel, juicing up all of these circuits, and then whatever is left over is going into his utility meter outside, which is a net meter, and he's getting credits for all of the power that he produces. This is really cool to see. These are the microinverters that are under the back of the panels. What's really nice about the microinverters is you could always add to it going forward. And also these are conforming to the highest building code standards. If you flip that breaker in the basement, it kills the power coming off of the roof, which the firefighters really appreciate. So it's conforming to all codes. And what's nice is you could add more to this system in the future. We ran out of roof space on this home, but you also could add to it on other projects. We've had about 40 to 50 homeowners add to their systems last year, which is more than ever before. And we're really happy that we use the SunPower microinverters to do that, because we could just plug more panels into it. I think you've had a bunch of customers that have added to their systems too. Also, this is our monitoring system. This is our last thing we wanted to show you. You could see here, this is the power that our solar produced in 2019. This is what we used. This is also, it's under construction. None of the tenants have moved into the building yet. There's 3 apartments in the building. So he's got a lot of backed up power on the grid for when he needs it. This is 2020 so far. That's what he's used. And this is all the power that we produce. So this is actually going to be his first full year of energy production that he's going to have. What's pretty cool here is you could see from solar so far, lifetime, we've produced 9,075 kilowatt hours. And to the grid, we sent 6,482 kilowatt hours back to the grid. So when tenants move in the building, they can blow through all of those credits before they take any new solar production. So
Wow.
I was really happy that we got to show you that system. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to it, Gabby?
I mean, those are some really great points, and that's why SunPower is the preferred brand for homeowners, contractors, developers, and business owners alike. So just really quick, for this year, there is going to be a couple of things changing. So this year really is the best year to look into solar if you want to do so. The 26% federal tax credit will be dropping next year. There is a $5,000 state tax credit that is still involved, as well as the NYSSF grant, which will also be dropping. So if you're going to look into solar, now is the time to do so. And pretty much what differentiates SunPower with the rest of the solar companies is that you're getting a system that is encompassed all in one. Everything is made by SunPower, everything is one manufacturer and under one warranty. So you're getting the best of all worlds, and we are local to you in Modena, and I'm always in the office to take your calls, answer your questions, and help you with whatever you need. I think that's where we'll leave off.
So we have the Tesla Powerwall on behind Gabby's left shoulder, the SunPower panel here. That's why we say the best of both worlds. If you would like more information, please visit us at buysolarlocal.com or give us a call at 877-SOLAR95. Thanks so much for watching this virtual tour of Michael Robinson's home in the city of Newburgh. We're really happy to be a part of the project. And Mike, thanks for allowing us to be part of it. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.